crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Hey guys, Bix Weir, roadtoroota.com. Let's talk about Chairman Powell, Chairman of the Federal Reserve, talking today in front of Congress with Steve Mnuchin, the head market rigger at Goldman Sachs. Powell says Fed is America's back with Congress arguing over aid. The Fed can print as much money as they care to. There is no restraint. There's no reason to restrain. Why would they? And why would they tell you and me? They won't. They have created massive amounts of money without even telling us. Sometimes they accidentally put it on their books, which is what I found out in just 1 second. Powell says Fed has Americans back. Fed chair testifies via video with Treasury chief to lawmakers. Latest lending facilities to be ready to go by the end of the month. There are so many lending facilities going on right now. They had to make a dashboard at the Fed. They made a dashboard, which makes it easier to track this stuff down for my charts and graphs that I give to my private road members. But it also exposes what they're doing and not what they're not telling us about. They are indirectly telling us. You just got to dig for it. And with this dashboard, hey, the digging got a little easier. The one I want to talk about are these two. Broad general collateral, $473 billion, just this little tiny amount. And tri-party general collateral, $450 billion. What the hell are they? That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. But I did find out that $446 billion were given to foreign banks by the Fed. Let me say that again. $446 billion was created out of thin air and given to foreign banks. Of course, they call it swap facilities with other central banks. But who do you think the other central banks give it to? The foreign banks that make all the crazy derivative bets. We're printing money and lending it to unworthy credits. It is insane what's going on right now. This is the new Road to Ruta chart on the private road. Now, I checked this bank swap facility, how long it's been up and running. And when it started, this is why I missed it. They didn't say much about it. They just said, yeah, we're opening the central bank swap facility. And it was only, $500 million here, $800 million there. No big deal, right? Well, that used to be a big deal. All of a sudden, this has been going on for 2 months. All of a sudden, they have jumped massively. $446.5 billion as of yesterday. $446.5 billion they've given to foreign banks. And yet, we're begging for $1,200? No wonder the Fed's saying, I got your back. They don't want us to see what he's doing behind your back. He's got our backs, all right. They're fiddling with the money system behind your back. Look at all these programs. Insane, absolutely insane. This is what Ruta wrote in the sand. Print money to infinity. Let's see what he said. Powell appeared at a virtual hearing of the Senate Banking Committee on Tuesday. I think Maxine Waters runs that. It's so pathetic. What kind of country is this? My God. Reiterated its stance that more fiscal aid may be needed, potentially giving Democrats some ammunition for an additional $3 trillion stimulus bill that Republicans and Donald Trump have already rejected. But he stopped short of full-throated endorsement, a pleasing stance to Republicans such as Senator Pat Toomey, who are arguing to go slower. I made my comments on fiscal policy on a general level, and I'm reluctant to talk about timing and specifics. Powell said under questioning. I could give you the specific right now. He's pumping out trillions behind the back door and not telling anybody. How do you think we pay for that secret space program and all that stuff? It's all ahead of us. Powell, who testified with the Secretary Steve Mnuchin, was pressed on amount of funding that has been released through the programs already in operation. It's all ahead of us. The amount that has gone out so far in the context of the U.S. economy is fairly modest. One focus of general interest among lawmakers during the hearing was about the strain on state and local governments and potential for additional support. Quote, "We are continuing to look at ways to accommodate further borrowing. So what do you do with a global system that's absolutely addicted to borrowing? You give them more money. You give these criminal banks all around the world, especially in Europe. European banks are all insolvent, and we're lending them $446.5 billion. It's not all going to Europe. Japan is taking a lot of it. It's like 150 billion just to Europe. It is completely insane. Off the rocker, but exactly what Ruta wrote in the sand way back when. Print money to infinity. Print money to infinity. And we're getting close to infinity. This is what they've told us about since September 11th. This is what the banks needed since September 11th of 2019. $3.6 trillion. If that doesn't disgust you and make you angry, these are companies, corporations that are given a license to create money out of thin air, and they had to come back to us for $3.6 trillion more, even though they print money out of thin air. Why did they need $3.6 trillion? Because they're betting in the derivative market. They're placing wild-ass bets that are going absolutely south. But we're going to bail them out? Absolutely. They're counterparties. The foreign banks are counterparties to JP Morgan, a company that's up on RICO charges right now. And here's an interesting article. Will Americans submit to a second lockdown? I say hell no. They're going to unleash all their chemical bioweapons, and they're going to unleash them in soda cans, according to the crypto viewing guys. It's going to be a mist. That's how they're going to do it in America. They're going to attack us with bioweapons. And why won't Trump and the good guys take these guys down? Why is Fauci still walking around? Why is Gates still walking around? They're just going to do it again. And this time it'll be worse. I don't think we're going to ever go on lockdown again. Shouldn't have gone in the first place. March 24th, Donald Trump said he wanted the country and economy opened up and just raring to go by Easter. Easter came and went. Trump was mocked for being aspirational, unrealistic. Yet, with Ascension Thursday at hand, 40 days after Easter, the president seems to have been ahead of his time. Country as a whole and has been opening up. Sunday's New York Times report that for weeks now, more than 2/3 of the states have been relaxing restrictions as Trump had urged. What the hell are they going to go back to? There's not much to go back to. Yeah, I know the stock market's high. That's because Steve Mnuchin clicks his mouse. The reasons: weariness with the lockdown and sheltering in place. A growing belief that the worst of the pandemic is behind us, and undeniably positive news on several fronts in the coronavirus war. Facts suggest a positive trend. The facts. This will be judged by science. These scientists have gotten it wrong all along. Wrong. Yes, I know we went on lockdown. We went on lockdown. That's why we didn't all die. Okay, we did it. Now it's done. Why didn't you just give us all vitamin C, vitamin D, and chaga? And hydroxychloroquine, which Trump's on now. Do I think he had it? Of course he did. Can it be fixed and cured with very simple steps? Absolutely. If you're too afraid, don't go outside. Let your business wither and die. Because that's the decision for a lot of people. Their lives are withering and dying, whether or not they go outside or not. Restaurant owners, they're expecting over 60% of all restaurants to shut down for good and close their doors. Talk to any restaurant owner. See how long this can last. When they open up, how long is it going to take to get back to where it was? Restaurants barely made it anyway. It's going to take years. You want a great investment opportunity? Wait 5 years and buy restaurant equipment. Buy all the restaurants that have been sitting there languishing for 5 years with nobody renting them. Real estate is done forever. Houses, commercial real estate. Why? Because it relies 100% on bank lending, and the banks are all insolvent. As we can tell right here, they needed to borrow $3.6 billion just to make it through the night. And that's insane. Anyway, yeah, Powell, they're printing money like it's going out of style, and it won't end. Hey, check out my latest video from this morning. COMEX silver spike. Volumes are up. Silver is the call #1, and then cryptos. If you want to join the Road to Ruta, hit right here. Subscribe today. Click. That's what I'm going to send you. 100 Theta tokens, 100 Theta fuel on a paper wallet. You can shove underneath your mattress for 2 or 3 years, and you'll wake up with a decent chunk of money. As in, I can't even tell you how high it's going to go. I don't know. But if you believe Michelle White Dove, in the thousands of dollars. So join the Road to Ruta today or renew your subscription. Go to roadruta.com, join the private road. I'll talk to you guys later.